Hey everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to be talking about my time at Otafest 2018. So, as you can see, I clearly bought this at Otafest, and I am absolutely thrilled. Most of this is just going to be what I got there, because I really got into the vendors, and they had tons of manga to buy, and I was really excited because the Calgary Expo was really lacking in manga, so I was really stoked that they had several vendors there who were selling tons of manga, obviously because it is a convention for anime, manga, video games, lots of Japanese culture stuff. So really stoked that I was able to find what I did. And this. So the draw in terms of guests this year, they had some voice actors, as they always do. They had Caitlin Glass, Matthew Mercer, and Leia Clark, who are all voice actors in video games, anime. And I have to say, I'm not like a huge dub person, so I don't tend to watch a lot of anime that's in English. There's only the odd one I will, and if there is, and if there's a voice actor that comes there, then yes, absolutely. But this year I wasn't, they weren't people I knew. That's the thing with a niche festival, is they get a lot of guests, and unless you really follow that anime or follow that video game, the guest is not really going to be anyone you know. When it's a bigger convention, obviously you're more likely to know some of the guests, but that's really cool because every year I think maybe this year will be somebody that I really follow, and who knows, you just have to wait and see. For those of you who don't know, Otafest is the anime, manga, Japanese culture convention in Calgary, Alberta, and it's pretty big. It's around 10,000 people every year, which is on a grand scale very small, but just in terms of it being about a very niche topic, I think that's really cool. It's pretty big now. It's gotten a lot bigger. It used to be at the university, and you'd go to panels and classrooms and stuff, which was really small. The university is not small, but it's just a small convention, the fact that it was held at a university. Now it's held at a convention center downtown, so much bigger. It looks fabulous. It's been there I think this is the third year now that it's at the TELUS Convention Center downtown, and it's really well done. I always like going to the vendors because I get really stoked because I can kind of get my inner weeb on, if that makes sense. And so yes, I bought an Ash Ketchum hat from the Kanto era, obviously the Indigo League. So stoked on this hat. The reason is I was actually looking for this hat at the Calgary Expo, and I definitely found it there. But it was $25, and I know $25 is not a lot of money, but I was like, $25 for a hat? I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. And I actually found this for $15, so I was really stoked that I could actually find an Ash Ketchum hat, because I know cosplay accessories can get pricey, and like I said, $25 is not a lot of money, but it is when you're not really wanting to spend on a hat. So I was really stoked that I could get this because although I am not going to wear this in public, I am going to wear it at future conventions and possibly videos. So I'm really stoked. Maybe Halloween. I just need the Ash Ketchum getup now. I need the blue, the white, I need the whole deal. So I'm really stoked because I've got this, I am on my way to being a Pokemon master. One thing I really like about Otafest is it's just so, it's big when you go there, and there's tons of people, but it's really small, and I feel like this must be a thing with anime conventions versus, comic conventions, because comic conventions are so big, but anime conventions, they have this really, everybody's friends kind of vibe. You can walk past somebody who's dressed up as something you like, and it's kind of hey, nice, I get you. I think it's because anime and manga are not as accepted as Marvel or something, because as much as being super obsessed with Spider-Man or Batman or whatever, it's pretty accepted worldwide to, like Superman or Batman or Spider-Man or any of these big, the Avengers. These are movies that are making billions of dollars. Worldwide, they're some of the highest grossing movies of all time. Everybody sees them. You don't have to be a nerd anymore to enjoy, DC and Marvel and all that stuff. But you kind of still have to be a little bit of a nerd to like anime and manga, which is unfortunate because I feel like my whole perspective on this is animation to me is an amazing art form, and animation from all across the world is interesting. That's why I really enjoy seeing movies that are animated, but like maybe from another country like France or something. Not always the United States or not always Japan. There's other forms of animation that are really, really quite good actually. So just something to think about. I feel like there's a real stigma with anime and manga, like, oh, you are such an otaku or such a nerd if you like reading manga or you like watching an anime. And I feel like that's so silly because it's a form of art and it's not necessarily for children. And that's the thing. I know this has nothing to do with Otafest. That's the thing with anime and manga, is that I feel like in the West, they were really interpreted as childish things. And so my parents' generation, so baby boomers, were like, oh, you know, they associate anime and manga with Sailor Moon, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Hello Kitty, like shit like that. And although some of that is for kids, some of it is sort of debatable and being for kids, whatever, that's another topic. You know, like my parents, for instance, associate a lot of this stuff with stuff for kids. So being almost 30 years old, this is questionable. Yes, I am wearing a hat that Ash Ketchum wore. So yes, that's questionable. Fair enough. But in general, the art form is not necessarily for children. Lots of them are R-rated. Lots of them are like just, you know, not necessarily R-rated. That's an extreme. You don't have to have something for kids and then something for adults. But I just mean like, you know, it can be for anybody. It could just be a solid drama that you watched, and you could just watch a comedy. It doesn't necessarily have to be for children. It just happens to be animated. So enough of that. I'm trying to justify anime and manga. Everybody here watching probably loves it anyway. So let's get into what I picked up there, because I had so much fun. And let's just get right into it. First up is a series that I've been wanting to check out, and I would only buy it if I could get a good deal. Like, I know this is terrible, but if I can get it on Amazon Prime for cheaper, I will. And as much as I want to support small businesses and all that stuff, manga you can read in like a second. So yeah, I will buy it cheaper because it's sort of an expensive hobby to have. Let's just go with the first one here, which is called I Am a Hero, and I have seen this and really, really, really wanted to check it out. I'm huge on Omnibus in terms of manga, just because I feel like it's cheaper and it's so much better than having to buy like a million volumes. You can just buy, you know, like a few. Like, for example, with Death Note I've got back there, I only had to buy 6 volumes and I got the whole series. If I would have had to buy every volume, like, I feel like, that would have been really annoying and more expensive. So yeah, this looks awesome. It's seinen, so it's like obviously older male is the audience, which I hate those categories. They're just so annoying. But anyway, it looks really cool. Does not look like it's for kids. My husband was looking for it and he was like, wow, you're gonna read that? And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for some gore. So yeah, really pumped on this, and I hopefully get to this soon. Next up is Random One, because it's volume 3, but I have volume 1, and I figured this was a really good deal, actually, for these. Again, another omnibus format one, but it's Fushigi Yugi. I'm not even going to begin to, you know, I've heard some people, you might say Fushigi Yugi, whatever. I read the first volume and I fell in love with it, so I'm really stoked. So I got volume 1 of the big omnibus format, and so I saw this, volume 3, and it was like only $15, and I thought, yeah, absolutely. So when I get to, I'll obviously have to buy volume 2, but that's fine, because this was too good of a deal to pass up, so I had to buy it. Really enjoy this. It's got that old kind of like, well, it's from the 90s, but it's the kind of manga I really like, so I'm really looking forward to diving into this series. Next up is a series I've been dying to get, so I was on my list for sure. I was like, I am not leaving here without volume 1 of Cardcaptor Sakura, or Cardcaptor Sakura, however you want to say it. I am like so thrilled to have this. Again, another omnibus one. I am like so stoked. I love Clamp. I love their work. And like huge Magic Knight Ray Earth fan. I love Chobits, so I'm really stoked to check this out. I watched the cartoon as a kid, but I mean, I don't know if that's worth anything, so I'm really just excited to read this, because I do like the magical girl genre. Yes, this is younger. I don't care. It's super fun, and I'm just really overall thrilled. Last one is a smut manga, because guilty, I enjoyed Midnight Secretary, so I thought I would pick up Happy Marriage. And yes, my husband was like, "Oh my god," when I bought this. This is not so far as smutty as I thought it would be, but I am enjoying it. I did read this one already. I read it last night, and I thought, you know what, this has potential. I think it could be fun. These are just cheesy, like, will they, won't they kind of, stuff with a little bit of like, ooh. So I just enjoy it. It's fun, and it's sort of my intro to josei shoujo kind of manga. So I really liked Midnight Secretary, and I like a good ship, okay? I really enjoy good ships, so I'm expecting some good shipping. So that's what I bought. I didn't go there intending to spend like $500 or anything, so I just picked up 4. But I was really stoked. I have so many upstairs. I need to do a manga pickups video. Oh my god, there's so much manga. But yes, this hat is making my day, okay? Like, I am so stoked. I'm hoping at Halloween maybe I can do like an Ash Ketchum cosplay and slowly work on getting the whole outfit. I mean, it's not that hard. He's wearing jeans and sneakers, so you just really got to get that blue vest kind of jacket he wears. So I'm really stoked. I've totally been on this Pokemon high ever since seeing Veronica Taylor's panel at the expo. So yeah, had to get this, so I'm just really, really stoked on it. I really like Otafest a lot, and it's funny because I tend not to be a person who like knows some of the guests, but I really just enjoy the atmosphere of being there, and I really enjoy the selection at the vendors hall or exhibitors. I really like that. And I do enjoy stuff like Otafest Idol. That's really fun. And I also enjoy all the contests they do. They do like skit contests, cosplay contests, and you see a lot of cool stuff. And it's not necessarily always from anime. You'll see video game references or whatever. Honestly, it's really cool. But I really, really like the fact that when you walk around Otafest, which is downtown, so downtown Calgary, you'll see, like, it doesn't matter if you're in the convention center or you're outside on the street, but you will see groups of people, big ones, together. So you won't just, well, of course you'll see people on their own and pairs, but you'll see people in, like, a group of 15. And it's like, I don't know 15 people in real life that like this stuff. So I am very impressed when I see a group of like 15 people, all coming there because they like anime. I think that's really cool. And I have to say, I know a ton of it is because people come there, they meet friends, and then the next year they come back again and they see the same people because people come from different cities to come here. And I think that's really neat. That's something you don't get at a bigger convention. So, thumbs up to Otafest for that. There's a really tight-knit feeling. You can go there by yourself and have a great time. It does not matter. You can go there with just a friend. You don't have to go in a group of 10 or 15 or 20, but I do see a lot of very large groups, and it's just really crazy to me. I'm like, I know this amount of people on the internet from all around the world who like the same things I do, but I do not know that many people in real life that, read the same manga or read manga, period. So I'm very impressed when I see this. I'm like, damn. So Otafest 2018 success. I am so stoked because last year I was, last year I did a pretty good job in terms of buying manga because I was really on a mission. But this year was also on a mission, and there were lots of things I wanted, but I just did not get. I held back because honestly I need to read all this stuff first and just take it easy. But I'm really stoked at this haul because I got, 3 of them are omnibus format style manga, and I just love that to bits because you get a good deal, and you can read a whole bunch at once. I don't need to buy it. Like, this is so small. Like, I just read it. It probably took like an hour. I don't know how long it took me, but I just kind of sat there and went through it, which is fine, but it also just means I don't know how many are in the series, but I'll have to buy them all individually. Whatever, I'll do it. Whew. So that's Otafest. Otafest was really fun. I'm really stoked. The 2 major conventions I go to are over now. I have to wait till next year. But, yeah, I had a really fun time, and I really recommend going to Otafest, actually, because it's really cool. You can go there and sit and play video games all day if you want, or you can go there and go to, like, name that tune. You could actually go and just watch anime. They do screenings of movies and TV episodes. I think that's really neat. Really cool way to, go watch a movie that you would normally not be able to go out and see. Not like you're seeing it in a theater necessarily, but I don't know, I think it's really cool they do that. Tons of cool panels. They get guests. This year was the 20th anniversary, which is insane to me because I've only recently been going the last sort of 4 or 5 years, maybe 4 years. So I'm like, wow, like I'm really impressed that it's been going on this long, but I'm not surprised. This stuff is becoming way more accepted in terms of just everybody getting in on it. Like, you think of stuff like Comic-Con when that first started. It was really small and it was just comic books, but now it's like a major world event. So I'm not really surprised that Otafest has been going on for 20 years and the fact that it gets as many people as it does. I really enjoy being downtown because you go downtown and you will see someone or a group of friends all dressed up like they're from like Attack on Titan, and then you see people just walking downtown, or they could be tourists, they could be people from here, and there is so much WTF attitude. Like, you'll see somebody dressed up as like Eternal Sailor Moon, like wings or something, and there are people who have no idea what's happening, and it is amazing. I just love seeing these people because they're just like... Anyway, guys, that's my experience at Otafest. I had so much fun. I can't wait to go again next year, and next year I'll have even more knowledge of anime and manga because every year it gets better, and I'm really embracing this because it's so fun, so why not? And I will see you guys in my next video.